Okay, so the first question is simplifying a square root. So I'm going to look and see what goes into it. This number is even, so I'm automatically going to choose 2. You can divide 128 by 2 to figure out what goes into that. It's 6. And 4, so that's 2 times 64. 2 is prime, so I circle it. And 64 I know is 8 times 8. And that's going to be a double, so I can stop there. And I've broken everything down to either primes or doubles. So I'm going to rewrite. I circle my doubles, move them outside, and the answer is 8 on the square root of 2. So that is just simplifying a square root. Number 2 says simplify, but this time we're adding. So remember, I can combine like terms, so if they have the same radicand, then I can add them. And I have to check and see if I can simplify things if I can add them. So 3 is prime, 8 is not. I can simplify 8. So it's going to be 4 times 2. 2 is prime, 2 times 2. So 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. Move the 2 outside. Make sure you don't forget this 2, right? If I have a 2 outside, I have to keep it. So there's already a 2, and I move this 2, so I'm going to have 2 times 2 on the outside. And this was a minus sign, so I'm going to write minus. So now I can carry the rest down. These two have the same radicand, so square root of 3 on the square root of 3. This is not the square root of 3, so I'm not going to be able to combine that. So I'm going to go ahead and add my coefficients together. 2 plus 3 is 5. Square root stays the same. And that's the answer to number 2. Number 3 is just multiplication. So when I multiply radicals, I do the outside times the outside and the inside times the inside. Or with the correct terms, that'd be the coefficient times the coefficient and the radicand times the radicand. So 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 5 is 45. And now I just have to simplify the radicand, or the inside. So that is 9 times 5. 5 is prime. 3 times 3. I'm going to rewrite that as 6 on the square root of 3 times 5. 3's come out. 3 times 6 is 18 on the square root of 5. Number 4 is also radicals. This time we're going to distribute. So when I distribute, I have to multiply this term times each term over here. So this is a binomial. There's 1 term, 2 terms. So I'm going to multiply this times both of them. If I multiply it times this does not have a radicand because it doesn't have a radical. So I'm going to multiply the outside times the outside. 2 times 3 is 6. Square root of 2 stays by itself. Now I'm going to do the next one. There's nothing on the outside here, so that's like having an imaginary 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 6, because those are the insides, is 12. If I can simplify, I do. I cannot simplify this one. I can simplify this one. It's 3 times 4. 2 times 2. It's going to be 2 on the square root of 2 times 2 times 3. So we get 4 on the square root of 3. And this side just comes down. If they had the same radicand, I could add them to the same number inside, but they don't, so that is my answer. Number 5 is a word problem. So this is going to be the changing quantities that we've been working on, but they are now in word problems. And the nice thing about word problems is they give you everything that you need if you know how to pull it out. So you plan on watching 4 movies with your mom. Each movie is about an hour and 30 minutes long. How long will it take you to watch all the movies in seconds? So the parts that I underlined, first off, it told me how many movies. Second, it told me the amount of time each one was. And the last thing is that I need my answer to be in seconds, which is kind of weird, but just to make sure we can do the problem. So first I'm going to figure out how much time I need. So I'm going to change this to minutes just to make it easier because I know how many minutes are in an hour. So I'm going to say 1 hour and 30 minutes is equal to 90 minutes. And I got that because this is 60 plus 30 is equal to 90. And now I've got 4 of them, so I'm going to multiply that by 4. That's going to give me 360 minutes, which you could obviously plug in the calculator. So now I've got minutes, but I want my answer in seconds, so I've got to change from minutes to seconds. 360 as minutes. And we know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. I need minutes to cancel out, so I'm going to put that on bottom. Change this to 60. Minutes cancels, and that's going to give me my answer as just seconds. So let's plug that in the calculator. 360 times 60. 21,600 seconds.